Let's do the bow. Okay, Sensei, right? Thank you very much. Over to you, Sensei John.
Yes, we got your mouths. Okay, let's just jog on the spot. The last session of lockdown 2021 of Zoom for the record. Ross will get you back in that dojo soon, mate.
Can I shock you and say I'm actually only 12? So.
I've got your hoodie, by the way. Very exciting. Okay, shoulders. Back. Wrists. And yummy. Okay, so for Mawashuki. Bend, stretch. In, breathe in, out. In, out. In, out. In, and behind, out. In, behind. In, behind. Yeah, mate. Okay, Shikarachi, push your knees out. Okay, straighten the legs, feet forward, hands down. Back into Shikarachi, push the knees out. Okay, from here, Zenkutsudachi. Change. Pushing that hip round. Change. Change. Okay, so from this Zenkutsudachi position, what you want to be doing is looking away, so not towards your belt, looking the other way. That's a bit. Turn around. And then from here, turning your arms. So try and keep your back straight. Twisting your lower back, so be careful. From there, change. Zenkutsudachi the other way. Twist. Change. So Hikui Zenkutsudachi, longer Zenkutsudachi. Same again, from here, twist. Really get that twist on. Change. And yeah, mate, and up. Turn your hips. Change. Feet together. Your sokodachi. Hands on your knees. Turn your knees. Change. Shikarachi again. Push those knees out. Straighten the legs. Down. Shikarachi, push the knees out. And up. Then take your right arm, cross your body, your left arm, so pulling it in, feel a good stretch across here. Keep the pressure on, and relax. Change, other way. And relax, shake the wrists. Look to the left, right shoulder back. Change. Change. And change. Get shoulders. Forwards. Shoulders back. Okay, good. Okay, so till Sensei then comes back. We're just going to do a little bit of feeling of the hip. So I want you to have this, hip feeling coming round. Okay, so remember in karate, it's not just about this the power of this arm or even the movement of this arm. Say we're doing this shotezuki here. What we want to be doing is using our body right from the feet up the leg, hip, and round. This is why someone small, someone big, you know, karate, it's getting the power through your body and all the way up. So let's say we're doing a punch and you end up the punch and it's focusing right on that. All that power comes through. So just take your right leg back a little bit and hip, forward, hip, forward, hip. So we're pushing like we're going to run, feeling to get that hip. Pushing forward. Try not to go here. It's just hip back, hip forward. Very important fundamental that Sensei Len introduced to me back in the back in the black and white days. Turn the other leg back. So from here, hip back, pushing forward, back, forward. That's it. You should have your belts nicely whipping around. Back. Good. And change. So now if we're doing this move here, so it's just this move. I find it very difficult to do this without moving my body now. This, round. Now this, again, this is a strike. In, and there's a slight pull. Hit, down. Hit and down, strike, rupture. That's the feeling of that, obviously in a self-defense situation. So from here, arms up, see my hips back, round. For those keen golfers, Niho, bet we can't get you off the golf course. Okay, it's the same feeling, the hips. All that power, round and in. Okay, so the hip comes across, make sure it doesn't go too far, in and back. Good. Let's just relax, back, forward. Good. Let's use the other, Ross, use the other arm as well. So we're back here, chambering the arm back. 1, 2. Just do it now without me using your hip. 1, 2. Take it you can feel the difference between this, all of this coming straight from my right foot here through. And when you do this strike, make sure that it goes past the body, not just here. So it's the same as any self-defense type hit here. And when we're practicing, when we're striking, can you see this? Oh, this is a better one. Here, right? We don't want to just hit here when we're striking something. You need to go through it, right? Because otherwise, you just hit here. Certainly from a self-defense, it's like a push. If you just push there, whatever, hit. So the punch or the strike or the kick, whatever it is, you push through further than the target. Obviously in self-defense, because it's a very powerful technique. When you're doing partner work, you want to be slightly contacting, but again, not here, because you can get into the habit of always striking here. And if you got into that situation, you might have the best punch in the world, but I certainly wouldn't be able to knock anyone over if I'd hit them there. Well, there's not that much power, right? So let's just try this again. So back, through. Good. That's your Kumite, other leg. Back, through. Good. One important thing, Ross, make sure that when you're turning, you don't do this. See, my sight is gone. Yeah. So we're moving our body, not the head. Okay. We can have a little bit of movement, but our eyes are still to the front, round, up, round. Good. So that's an important move. This is why we do. Needs to be quite flexible in the hip. Shikadachi, Zenkasadachi. So there's a block, hip, hip, and punch. Okay, so something to be mindful of is the hip movement. So as your belt gets darker, it becomes more important that you use, and you get a bit older, that you try and use your body rather than just the brawn of the muscle. You want to be flowing through. Okay. Let's Sensei Len, do you want to carry on?
Yeah, keep going another 10 minutes, John.
Let's Sensei. Okay, let's continue the theme on this then. So this is like, so from our karate style, Goju-ryu, right? So Goju, hard and soft. So it's not just about not moving, it's about using your body with this movement. So let's do an Enpyuchi as well. So this strike here, Shotozuki, right? Very powerful, dangerous. Yeah, so obviously we don't use this unless in extreme measures. But we also can strike this here, round, round. You can also get the power just from the arm, round. See, I'm still using my upper body, I don't have to use all my legs, but just this, that's no good. Okay, so what Enpyuchi? Elbow strike, okay? But let's just do the arms without the legs first. So left arm, round. So again with this, try to keep the shoulder down, not up, and also not here. Okay, imagine this is a close quarter strike. You might have done a block or whatever, and the person's there. This is chin under here, striking. So now right arm, forward, down, left, and round. So from here we'll just change. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Good, same with this, make sure that when you're doing this, practicing this, you don't just stop here. If the target's there, there's no point in that. You're all doing this anyway, which is good, which is following further through. You don't want to be too far, otherwise you're right over here. But this, all of these techniques slightly beyond center. Okay, so we have put our left leg round. Let's just do it in Heikadachi at the moment. Leg round, arm round, hip round. Down. Now the other side. So this, the movement here. So what we're, if you're doing it straight from this position here, the idea is that the arm's coming up and round. Okay, similar, same, we're doing a block, right? We're going here, here, and here. Obviously, in the interest of time, if someone's attacking you, you don't want to take too long to do these bits, but you don't just want it to come out like that. You want to get this in because then we've got that fulcrum movement, that pivot to get that power round. Okay, so from here, let's do our Hidari, left. So it's going to come up, round, and hip. Good, and down. Now Migi, right. Ich, relax. Knee, relax. San, chi. Good. You want to be like lightning with this. You imagine this. This is what we don't want. Is like, oh, this takes too long, right? So imagine if someone's attacking you full front. I don't know, with a bottle or something unpleasant here. Okay. So we want to get out of the way pretty sharpish, which is what we'll do next, a slight movement. But it's too quick for us to think about blocking. Okay, we just want to get our head out of the way and get them out of our way. Okay, so what we'll do with the feet, we're going to slide. Again, this is a very fundamental point to go through. We're not doing this. As soon as I lift my foot like this, my center of balance is gone. So again, if someone's attacking, I'm off. Okay, so we always remember we shimmy, sticky feeling like roots in the ground. We're sliding. Obviously, if you've got shoes on, you're on grass or whatever, you don't want to be too like stuck with glue, but still, you want to be feeling like we're earthed. Okay, be very grounded. Okay, so what we do with the feet is we're going to slide, turn. Okay, when we're turning here, Heiko Sanshin, strong position. Again, we are in potentially a nice defensive attacking type stance here. So I'm not doing anything unpleasant at this point, but I'm in a position where I could do, it might just be a hands up, leave me alone, go away, or from here, round, strike. Because remember, when we're sliding, if I do it this position here, people can tend, if you step, is to do this. You see where my body's going back there, which you don't want. You always want to be like your feet in your Heiko actually already starts here, and then if you lift your feet up slightly, your body's going that way. You don't want to be too far like this, obviously, but you're not like this. Okay, so you try and keep this tight and straight here, but your weight is on the front. So if you lift your toes, it's going forward. Okay, so what we'll do, just the feet. So sliding 45 degrees from, say, Hechichi Dashi, right? This is up stance, wait for a bus or whatever, right? And here, attack comes out of nowhere. We want to slide, turn, okay? And rubbish balance. I went backwards there, no good at all. That's the center. And the other way, so one, here. Good, ready? Two, ready. Three, ready. Now this time we're going to step, imagine the attack's coming. We're not even going to block it. Right, it's too quick, we just get out of the way. Something's coming round us here, get out of the way here. And their body's obviously moving this way. And it might be that their arms here. It doesn't necessarily have to be you knocking their block off. So the arm's coming round, but we are digging this in, striking round. It's in here. What we want is our weight going this way, striking, pushing them in that direction, so they're out of our way. Okay, so to the right, so migi, so sliding, strike, and back. So to the left, edge, knee. Ready? So really think, right, your hands are down here, minding your own business. Remember, whenever you're, as an attack coming away, the first thing you want to do is get out, dodge, right? Get out of the way of it. Okay, so if you can't, you're not running off that way, but we're moving out of the way. You might get this hand coming up a little bit as a slight natural position to do this. As we step around here, hip. Okay, let's try that and try and be fluid. As this is stepping, you can see it. So attack's coming. My instinct is to get out of the way, or my instinct would be to get out of the way rather than hit. So I'm getting out of the way, but as I'm getting out of the way, I've got time to process what's happening here to then strike here. We'll follow up with something else because we want to get them out of the way. So to the right, slide, strike. And then just have our arms here and back. So to the left. Knee. Just check where your weight is there. Is it forward? Is it backwards? If you're stepping quick enough, it could get uncomfortable, right? Because it's very quick. Okay. Ready? To the right. Itch. And ready. Knee. And relax. Okay, so the next part. Attack comes, whoa, what's going on? Get out of the way, strike. Maybe we've only just brushed them or whatever, not enough to keep this Herbert out of our face anyway. So what we're then going to do is we're going to step forward. Step forward here again, not this feeling. Forward here, and we're going to do shote, so push, hit here. Okay, because again, I don't really want to knock someone's brains out here. I want to get out of the way. I've knocked them a bit, they're still in a threatening position. So I'm sliding. This is where the hip comes in again. So instead of just this, which is just the arm, I want to use hip through, pushing through. There. That will get them out of your way. Or here. Nice bit of strength. So let's just try that all the way through. So to higi, to the right, slide, strike, slide forward, Zenkutsudachi, shote, yuki, hitting here. Good. Make sure you try and get your hip nice around here. Get pushing right out of the way. And back. Okay, hidari to the left. Step one, slide, hit, and back. Certainly in self-defense sort of situations, you've got to sort of do what your body feels it would want to do in these sort of situations. So it might be a little bit unusual that you're doing an elbow strike, but you've just moved around here, and as your body's moving, it's almost a natural feeling for this to come round here. And to me, I now want to get this person out of my way. This is the natural push forward. You can be grabbing them out of the way here. Push, be gone. And back. So try and think of that fluidity. So to the left. Ich. Knee. Good. To the right. Ich. Knee. To the left. Ich. Knee. Good. And relax. So this time, think of it all as one movement. It's like a piece of string. This moves here, makes me move round, makes my arm move here, makes my leg move here, makes my arm move there. So it's like everything makes everything else move, rather than it being too jerky. So all the way through to your right. Ich. And to the left. Knee. Do check your stance when you're doing the second move on that. So we're through, round, and hitting. If I go this way, it's not the end of the world, but you don't get enough power, as much power. If I'm doing this, see my rear foot is lifting up. If you ever try this with a wall, when my foot's up, got nowhere near as much power. If some great big lump is trying to hit you here, and you have your foot on the ground, you've got that stability. If your foot's up, you've lost it, and again, you've only got one leg as your central point. Okay, so to the right, all the way through. Ich. To the left. Knee. Good. Last time then, this time what we want to really think about, remember what we're doing with the hips here. So I'm stepping, using the hip. Stepping, do my hips still back before I do this strike. My finishing point for my hips is round here. And really think about the hips. Exaggerate your hip movement, because I say this is very fundamentally important for the basically self-defense in its essence, to make sure that you're using your hips, waist, your legs, upper body, and the arms. So to the right. Ich. And to the left. Knee. And yummy. Ski. Right.
Good stuff. Very good. Couple of comments. The techniques vary slightly if you're if the guy's on the outside or if he's in the inside. if his technique is coming round or coming in a straight line or even coming down. There's variations, but the principle Sensei John was showing is the same. You're focusing on changing his mind by hitting him. Okay. Do you mind if I do a couple of variations, Sensei John?
Be my guest, Sensei, please do.
Sorry about that. One technique we used to do as a self-defense move many times to add Jodan Hikyuke to Empiuchi. So let's just do that. The food not ready to fight, we'll forget the stance for a moment. Let's start to block Jodan Hikyuke with your left hand, and at the same time, hit with your elbow. Try it on the other side. I can only do the one side with this because it's not easy. Block, hit. Okay. Block and hit. Okay, now it depends again, not only on whether it's outside or inside, we'll come back to that, but also the height of the guy. You know, if he's this height, then don't even bother. We'll just blow him away. But, you know, if he's a great big guy, then it's more dangerous to go to the inside, but it's probably the only place you're going to be able to hit him. If he's coming either down or swinging, if you go to the outside, say for example, let's take smash bottle in the face, which is a thing that happens. So it's like a straight punch. If you go to the outside and elbow strike, if he's big, then you must decide to attack low down. You must try and get the unprotected rib area, because he's got his hand up like that. You don't want to hit this muscle, you want to hit here. Okay? So, on the other hand, always good to deflect, to protect. As you can go further in, and his hand is here, and you're hitting to his chin in that way. If you've gone to the inside, then maybe you block and you really try to smash here. If you can smash him right on the chin, fine. Right, that's best. But hitting on his attacking arm will make him, it'll give you time. You know, if a guy's trying to hit you, he's got to use, his brain's got to go through steps, his body's got to do things. If you've caused a lot of pain by hitting in here, then that's good. And if you can do, so that means do that quick. So just think about, now, rather than a straight punch, we've talked about outside and inside, what about a curve? You know, maybe a Stanley knife. Stanley knife. Another thing that yobos use. So you're being attacked this way. So it's coming across that way. If you go forward onto it and try to hit, the target's not really available. If it's swing round, you've got to kind of go to the inside. You know, imagine just trying to have a swing arm, and you guys, I'm going to swing this arm. You go to my outside. Coming. Yeah, you'd have to get away from it, then move in. And maybe that's so. Now go to the inside, look at the timing. This is it. This is the kernel of what Sensei John was teaching, was get in fast and then hit again. And if it's coming down, well, believe it or not, you've got both choices. So if he's coming straight forward, you've got both choices. If he's coming round, I really think you've got to either run away if you can, or avoid and then take and hit. You know, if you're avoiding, trying to increase his movement, and then. But you know, the only reason I'm talking about this is because we do something, and it's fantastic, it's great, but it's not necessarily going to be the only thing. You might have to take one bit of it and apply here, a little bit of that apply there. That's why we've got 9 kata. And having talked about that, how are we doing, John? Time?
Sorry, 4 minutes, Sensei.
Yeah, it can be 4 minutes. All right, I believe 4 minutes.
Can I just wish my thanks, Sensei, then, for all of the sessions you've done over Zoom over the last few months. It's been very, very appreciated by all, especially my gang. Sure.
Yeah, it's been a lifesaver.
Well, that's very kind to say that. I've thoroughly enjoyed, except when I've been too knackered, thoroughly enjoyed doing it. Anyway, we have three minutes left. 3 minutes left. Your ski. Right. Let's do kata Seiyunchin. Yo. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Ich. Ni. Ich. Ni. Ich ni. Ich. Ich ni. Ich. Ni. Ich. Ni. Ich. Ni. San. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Ro. Dog. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Rei. So how long does Seiyunchin take?
About 2 minutes.
Oh, so we've got less than half a minute left.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's do the bow and then some breathing. And thank you again, everyone, for doing these classes. We might be able to combine Zoom with other classes so that people who can't get somewhere but can be present online can get some benefit as well. We'll think about it. Ski. Sensei ni, right.
Arigato gozaimasu.
And a thank you from me to Sensei John for arranging this and providing the students for us to virtually batter.
Pleasure. Yes.
Breathe in deep. Turn your hands over. Keep walking up. Down. Out. Okay. Brilliant. Each, we, Sam. Cool. Okay, we'll start tension from the beginning. We'll go as far as